Hurricane season is approaching fast and things are becoming a bit clearer as what we can expect. Here to talk to us about the trends of what we are seeing so far is Barry Goldsmith with the National Weather Service in Brownsville, Texas. Barry, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks a lot, Freddie. Glad to be here again.
So, we talk about how important sea surface temperatures are for tropical development. What are the trends showing so far to kick off this season?
So currently we're looking at the temperatures being 2 to 4 degrees above average across the Atlantic basin, meaning the tropical Atlantic from the African coast all the way across to the Caribbean Sea. In the Gulf of Mexico, they're actually a little bit higher than that in terms of departure from average.
So, looking back to the past, have we seen past years trending to warmer and warmer sea surface temperatures for the year? And what does that mean for strength?
So we're in a period that goes back to 1995, known as the Atlantic Multi-Decadal Oscillation, or AMO for short. And that's a lot of technical language that basically says the pattern is favorable for above average sea surface temperatures throughout the year, particularly during the season, with this pattern or this oscillation. So we've had that for about 30 years right now. The cycle typically lasts 30 years and then tends to fade a bit, but we have seen trends that are a little bit warmer over the course of the last few decades than even those above average values would entail. Please note that sea surface temperatures and the depth of the heat content in the ocean is only one factor in hurricane development. In fact, it's the fuel. It's the gasoline, if you will, that goes into the engine. You can't run the gasoline if you don't have an engine, right? So we look at other things too. You need to have the low wind shear. You need to have an atmospheric wave. You need to have plenty of moisture along that track. And if you have all those ingredients and the sea surface temperatures are above to much above average, that fuel then becomes jet or rocket fuel. And you can get activity such as rapid intensification, which we've seen in multiple storms over the last few years, that can be a very dangerous thing if it's happening near land. So we keep track of all of that as the season goes on. But without all those elements together to build that jet or build that rocket and run the right kind of fuel on it, we don't necessarily have a significant event in terms of the storm.
Awesome. Barry Goldsmith with the National Weather Service. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Freddie. Appreciate the time.